Hyperia at Thorpe Park has recently started testing, and oh my god, it looks fast! From the first drop to the Immelman to even that crazy Outer Bank thing, which still doesn't have a name, and of course the whole rest of the layout too, it looks insane. But there's one thing about this project Exodus, that I haven't really discussed on this channel, and that is what the station is going to look like. Because as much as Thorpe Park have been very open about the project, they seem to not be sharing anything within the station, especially recently. Literally, this is the last update we had, and I really hope it doesn't look like that when it's finished. So today, if you remember a while back, I did recreate Hyperia in Planet Coaster, and it was semi-accurate because my station building looked like this. So much like I did with Nemesis Reborn when we found out what that properly looked like, I'm going to go and redo my station building to try and make it more like real life from the outside, and also speculate about what the inside will look like. Oh, I do love a speculation and Planet Coaster video. And if you enjoy them too, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel. There is a very exciting vlog coming out on Friday, and I can't wait for it. So yeah, subscribe so you don't miss it. I appreciate it lots. Hello and welcome back to another Planet Coaster pre-creation video. I know with the Nemesis one, I was able to say recreation because, well, Nemesis opened before I did that video, and if you haven't watched that, link in top right. But I remade that knowing the new eye look and sort of the station look, I guess. But we don't know what the inside of this station is going to look like. We know what the outside looks like, which I guess is part of the recreation, but the inside is a pre-creation. This is getting too complicated already. But I thought, why not try and remake the inside and speculate what's going to be in there, whilst also recreating what we know is the outside, because that sounds fun. And also, coincidentally, today, the day this video is being released, is officially a month until it opens. One whole month. 30 or 31 days till we get to ride this insane Mack hypercoaster. Oh, it's going to be so good. Like, the elements on it, they just, the amount of times I've said they look like they break the law. They look illegal. Some of the speeds it's taking through some of those already, when it's been testing for what, a week and a bit, and at that rate it's not even testing at full speed yet. So I can't wait to see how much this is hauling on opening day. And even at Fright Nights, can you imagine 10, well, it's 9 PM close now, isn't it? Merlin, stop closing at 9, open till 10. But can you imagine how good the night rides are going to be on this thing? It's flying in the daytime already, so lo and behold, the nighttime rides, oh, it's going to be crazy, and I'm so excited for it. And guess what else I'm excited for? To see what the inside of this station looks like. As I said in the intro, Thorpe Park have been very open about this entire thing. Like, they've been photographing certain points of the project, and when the first pieces of track were installed, the first pieces of support, and then we saw a glimpse into the station building when it just looked completely barren, and I would laugh quite a lot if that's how it looked when it opened, but I'm sure it won't. But we can see a little bit into the station from the outside of the construction site. You can see there's these wings in the station like there is on the front and the side of the outside, so we know that that's going to make its way inside. We've seen the baggage hold. That's the sort of icon ones, if you've seen them, and sort of like the ones that flip up and down automatically depending on which train is in the station, which I think is really cool. I much prefer them to just chucking your bags in a bloody wooden box or handing it to someone and getting a wristband. I much prefer this way of doing it. It speeds it up. I don't know whether that would be controversial of me to say or not, but yeah, I think this system is going to work flawlessly, like it does on every other Mack coaster. Yeah, very stylized, the station, as you could tell from that zoom out right there. A lot like Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. But you know what? This coaster is going to make up for it so much. The theming may not be there, but I think we're all going to get off of it and just say, wow, that was insane. Because it will be, wow, that was insane. But as you can see, I am currently putting in the air gates and also the sort of inside queue fencing, if that makes sense as well. This was very tedious to do. It reminded me a lot of when I did the mini figure speedway one, because that was a hectic ride to make. I always reference my older builds and say, oh, this one was difficult, this one was difficult. This one, however, wasn't too bad. I did actually have to make a fake station, as you can see, because the train is just sat in a really weird location for a very long time. Is it ever going to move? Okay, we've just made a fake stoppage. That's what I've done. But yeah, it's supposed to be a fake station because the station buildings they make in the game are way too big, and the sort of queue area in those stations is just, again, way too big. So you just end up having a really oblonged station, and it's very off-sided, and the exit side isn't as big as the entrance side, and the entrance side has too long of a queue going into. It's all a mess. Planet Coaster, fix up. Give us a second game. They probably never will. But within this smaller fake station that still technically works, I am now putting in some of the wall features, and these are actually accurate to real life because we can actually see into the station from the outside. Like I said, you can see the wings, you can see the baggage hold, and one thing on there was this chevron-esque walls, which we see a lot on the outside of the structure as well, and that continues on the inside along with this window. Look at the lovely window. It's a shame you can't see out of it, but it would have been way too complicated to make. But again, we've only had one view of what this place looks like in the station, the operator's panel. I think we've seen like 1 or 2 images of it, and if I can find them, I'll put them on screen, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So I've literally gone off, again, icon, very similar here. It's got like a door under here. It's very sectioned off, and it's quite high up in the station. I feel like a lot of Mac rides do that, not just icon. So I'm going to stop comparing it to the lesser tall Mac over in Blackpool, because this one's going to be a lot more insane. But as you can see, that was really good timing actually, because I was just about to talk about it. These wings, I have somehow managed to remake the wing logo that is very much pictured everywhere around the ride, and I've managed to remake it with very small pieces. This time, I think Roxy in Minifigure Speedway one was about 5,000 pieces in herself. Those wings are about 6,000 pieces just for the 2 wings themselves, and that is it. Like, not all of them that I've put down. One wing, like that one on the wall, 5,000 to 6,000 pieces on that. Ridiculous. I don't know why I spent so much time doing that, but I guess they look cool, and it's realistic. Might not be the lighting that's realistic, because I don't know whether they're going to light up the station this well, but I've tried my best with it, and I think it would look really nice if they did some gold and white lighting in the station. But either way, as I usually do in a Planet Coaster recreation video, let's go and take a look in person. Well, in the game I mean, but you get my point. Oh, there it goes. Over the Immelman there. I needed to flatten that more a little bit, I think, because in real life it's a lot flatter, but oh well, don't care. Because the video is about this station over here, not the coaster. Don't care about that right now. It's this shoebox, my lovely gold shoebox. You can see the coaster coming out of it here. There it goes, banking round. The fact we've actually seen the ride do that now, bonkers. But as you can see, like in real life, it's got this gold trims that are sort of chevron down towards the ground, and then the middle is black with that sort of chevron styling as well, with the wings directly in the center. Still really happy with how that came out. And then if we come up here, as you can see, I have done the station up. It looks really odd with the way that this game just doesn't use shadows, but yeah, we've got the door where the main queue will come from, because again, with art shapes and stuff, it'd be difficult to just make a freestanding doorway that's not got a door on it. Ignore the fact the train is just going into the ground. And in this section here, we have the lift, which they have said will be on the ride. And then you've got the separate queues for it. So I did this here, which is obviously the lift access. Don't know if it's going to be like that, as with any of this, but I've made sure to do this part here. We've got the chevrons along the walls again, and then we've got the wings up there. I assume that might have something under it that says, like, I don't know, get ready to find your fearless. Got the operator panel over there, and some more wings, and the baggage hold there, which these would in real life flip up when the first train leaves, and then these ones are flipped down, and then vice versa when the second train leaves. But yeah, I think this station sort of structure is quite nice. That came to a very sudden stop. What the hell? You got the air gates, you got 2 little dots on the floor if you don't know where you're standing, although you probably should. And then obviously you'd get on the ride. But let me just show you a few more things before I leave you to it. This view out back will be insane. Looking back at the airtime hill and the brake run, I think that's going to look really cool in real life. As you can tell by the arrows on the floor, that is where the exit will be, and you'll exit down some stairs and continue along down there like you do in this version as well. And you can see it is very golden and very like white on the floors, and sort of, I really like this. I really do enjoy this lighting and sort of thematic scheme, colour scheme. It just looks very modern and sleek and stylised. Because I've never used that word before to describe this ride. Oh, and I also wouldn't be surprised if we see some form of dispatch effect, because Merlin love doing that now. And yeah, I really do hope the inside looks like that. What do you guys think? Do you like my concept, or do you think you could design something better? I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments and make sure to subscribe to see more recreations in the future. Good night.